Good morning, good morning. Happy Wednesday, everybody. It's Diane Covington. I want to tell you a couple things that I mentioned to you guys last Wednesday, and one of those things was inactivity breeds fear, meaning when you're just not working your business, it starts creating doubt. It's like, gosh, I forgot how to even do a color appointment, or I don't know if I know how to match foundation, or if you haven't done a sharing appointment in a while, you might say, I don't even know how to share the opportunity. So would you guys agree it's better to do something and not worry about it being perfect than to wait until you've mastered it? Because the only way to master it is to practice it, right? You ever watched a 1-year-old try learning to walk? They literally sometimes can't even take a step. They wobble, they fall. Do they just sit there? No, they're determined. They get up, pull themselves up on maybe a piece of furniture or something, and they get going again. And sometimes they literally take a step and they fall again, and they get up. So every time they get back up, it builds their confidence. They're like, I can do this, right? Their little brains are just wired to just keep trying and trying and trying. So it's interesting because this upcoming weekend, I've been asked by my national to teach a class to red jackets and above on keeping their date book full and what keeps us from holding more parties and seeing more people. Because I truly believe the only reason somebody doesn't finish DIQ or their DIQ team isn't strong is because they're not seeing enough faces. I truly, truly believe that it is a numbers game. If you only facial 3 people in a week, 1 out of 4 will listen to usually half will listen to the opportunity, and out of those, half will join. So if you have 3 faces, that means 1.5 people will even listen to you, and out of that, 0.75, or half of a person, whatever, will join your team. So what if you just focused on saying, you know what, I want to build a really strong business. Can you imagine what it would be if you literally had a customer base of, let's say, 40 people on skincare, not just buying stuff from you, 40 strong customers on skincare. Now, the statistic that I got from some other group was telling me that once you have a customer on 10 items, 10 different products, they will start migrating everything over to Mary Kay. So let's just say you facial somebody, right? She buys 3. That's 5 items. Then let's say she buys microderm and pore minimizer. That's 7. Then let's say she gets eye makeup remover. That's 8. Maybe she gets satin lips. All right, so you cut her on some good basic skincare. She's not on any makeup or body care or targeted action body lotion or sunscreen or any of that, right? But over a period of months, maybe you start taking a product and featuring it for the month. So maybe not now do sunscreen, but maybe right now you do hydration. So you say, oh my gosh, this month I'm focusing on hydration. Would you like a sample? Or, you can make a super short, under 3-minute video on hydration and send it just to your customers. So, because what happens is let's say this customer who's on the example I just gave you, she runs out of her mascara. Let's say she's using CoverGirl or Lancome, whatever, right? And when she runs out of her brand, whatever, mascara, and she's putting on her cleanser of her Mary Kay, and she's putting on her whatever, all of a sudden she'll think, wonder what Mary Kay mascara is like. And she says to you, hey, when you come by my office today and bring me my moisturizer, let me try one of your mascaras. Which one do you suggest? So now you've got her on 11 things. So what happens as a consumer with your support, now this isn't going to happen just organically. This isn't going to be like once they're on 10 items, there's just this freeway of people coming to your front door. It doesn't work that way. Okay? So this is one of those scenarios where because you are enrolling them in the preferred customer program, so they're getting a catalog from you 4 times a year, maybe you're posting or emailing or texting them the monthly special deals that Monica puts out. So you're giving them that. And so you're constantly planting that seed. And maybe you do a thing where you have the mascara club. Buy 4 mascaras over time. As soon as they buy the 4th, the 5th one's free. Or buy 5, the 6th one's free. Remember how we used to get our shoes repaired and it would say once I had like 4 or 5 pairs of heels fixed, my next pair was free. And you'd save that little card in your wallet. Well, they have little cards like that in for mascara. My point is that if you became laser focused and this became your number 1 priority, is to build a strong customer base. By default, literally by default, you're going to end up adding team members, okay? I did an event in Sacramento last week, and I want to build my skincare customer base. So I had one woman coming, and she brought her 17-year-old daughter. Another woman came, brought her mom, who was probably late 50s, brought her sister, who was probably mid-30s, brought her friend, probably also late 30s, and then her daughter, who was 13. Then I had another woman come, and she just brought, I think it was a neighbor with her. So my goal is to get them all on skincare. Well, the first gal who came with her neighbor, both of them bought stuff. They all bought, like, Radiance Peel, eye cream. They didn't get a whole skincare set because they both had skincare sets from other brands. So my point is, though, is that they were interested in getting on product. The other three ladies that were my contact all decided to join my team. Why? Well, as I'm closing them and I'm showing them the closing sheet, it doesn't matter what closing sheet you use, I say to them, circle everything you would like to take home if you weren't paying for it. Like if you literally got to go into my office and open my cupboards of inventory and just take everything you want, what would you want? And they're circling satin hands and satin lips and eye gel, and they're circling all this stuff. And then I say to them, add it up. Roughly add it up, like ballpark. And I'll say, if you would have spent, if your wish list or what you just added up was more than 200, raise your hand. If it was more than 300, raise your hand. If it was more than 400, raise your hand. And I give a ticket for prices to the top two people who would have normally spent the most money, okay? And then I say to them, this is how you can get Mary Kay. You can be a customer, and I will take phenomenal care of you, send you catalogs, remember your birthday month, like all of that. Or do you want a half-off shopping spree? Let's get some girlfriends together. One of the appointments you're allowed to have with me for free is a skincare and color appointment. I never, ever do skincare and color appointments as my first appointment. Never have, never will, because it's all about, got to be skincare. And then on their second appointment, I can do skincare and the spa treatment, like microdermoglycolic. Because usually everyone on their first appointment gets skincare and charcoal mask and gel mask. That's just what I typically do. The point of all of this, and I'll just wrap it up, is it's about building them strong. So you might take your PCP list. Maybe you didn't even enroll with PCP this last term. Maybe the deadline snuck up on you. Look at the last PCP list you have. And go down to look at each name and just say to yourself, has this person bought a skincare set for me in the last 6 months? If the answer is no, are they on skincare though? Maybe they didn't run out of the whole set, but are they on like the Time-Wise Miracle set? Okay? And then if not, you might call them and talk to them about the test panel and say, hey, I'm doing this test panel program where you can buy a deluxe travel size at 50% off. Try it for 2 weeks. At the end of the 2 weeks, if you are in love with it, I mean, I have this all on I even posted it on our Quantum League Facebook page. So the bottom line is, can you imagine, you guys, if you had 50 customers on skincare? I'm going to tell you something that blow your mind. You can be a star consultant just taking care of those 50 people. You can sell $300 a week pretty consistently, especially if you run special deals in the, Monica Gogu's thing where they spend over 50. You can have some amazing, amazing results. So it's not about having 300, 400, 500 customers. I mean, yes, that's great. Don't get me wrong. But I want you to really look at getting every customer on 10 things. Okay? And then watch what happens with a little bit of encouragement from you. And maybe you do sample of the month. Maybe you reach out to all your customers and say, please text me by Friday if you would like to be included in sample of the month. There's absolutely no obligation and no cost to you other than you text me after you try the sample. So the first month you mail them all. You go down to the Dollar Tree, you guys, and you get cute little cards. I just got cute little cards that have a puppy dog on them or something. Or a vase of flowers. And I just put in there, I'm looking forward to your feedback, and I stick my business card in there, and I put a Serum C plus D sample in there, and then let them in the little instruction sheet. So you mail it out to every single person. And then maybe the next month it's microderm. And maybe the next month it's, I don't know, eye cream. We have enough samples of stuff, you guys. You can get them hooked on a lot of other products. Gel mask. So I want you guys to each and every one of you to be making money. And this business will pay you like a business if you work it like a business. If you just sit at home and wait for your customers to call you, they're not going to do that. They're busy. They forget. You know when they remember to call you? Is it 7 in the morning when they're washing their face and 11 o'clock at night when they're washing their face? and those are not convenient times to call you. So they go, oh, I don't want to bother her. She's busy. No, you want them to bother you. So just make it an effort. So today I just want you to look at your sheet, figure out who could just start in the M's or something and work backwards or something and reach out to each person, even if it's by text, and say, hey, I just want to make sure you got the latest catalog. I want to start, reaching out to you. What month is your birthday? So on and so forth. So I know you guys can do this. Get into action because it will build your confidence and make you money. Talk to you guys later.